What's up, dudes? Chooch back with another one. Today we're gonna be cruising on the InMotion V12, but I wanted to tell y'all like a tip about carving, and also show you a little hill climb on this thing. This is a very steep little section right here, and I'm gonna be doing the hill climb right here before we get into the tip of why carving is really important to learn. And even if you are just like a commuter on one of these electric unicycles, why like learning to carve and really mesh with the wheel. It helps us with a lot of things, and just not riding just completely straight up and down, like, kind of a stoic stance, riding along like in the bike lane and never really transitioning your weight on the wheel. Or even if you're just one of the riders that predominantly just sits down or just rides in a straight line. I'm going to tell you why you might want to adjust that, and why adjusting that might make you a way better rider. So, one thing to note is this all adapted from snowboarding, where I really understood why this works and why it's important to do it. If you've ever been snowboarding before and you watch people like on the bunny slope that they try to learn. This isn't necessarily the same thing with skis. It's particularly on a snowboard, but I'm going to tell you how it relates to this. Whenever you're going downhill on a snowboard, you have to stay on either your front side edge or your back side edge. And if you're not staying on one of those edges, and if you're not carving, if you try to just completely stay flat and straight on the snowboard, which a lot of new riders do because you just see people snowboard and you think that's what you're supposed to do, and just ride it flat and go straight. But what happens if you do that is you'll be going down the hill for a minute, everything is rolling good, and then you hit like a spot in the snow that's unpredictable. And since you're just going flat and letting you're trusting the board to carry you in the right direction, and the board's kind of riding you at that point if it's just completely flat in the snow. And if you hit a little divot in the snow or anything like that, it's going to shift your weight and it's going to make you fall. So what happens is it literally is all you have to do to tell somebody when they're learning to snowboard is one tip. You got to stay on your front side edge or your back side edge the entire time, either one or the other. And it doesn't have to be drastic. It doesn't have to be a full carve across the whole mountain. It can literally just be a little bit of weight on one side or a little bit of weight on the other side. And that little bit of weight is not going to make you turn necessarily across the whole hill. It's going to make you turn a little bit, but then you turn back the other way, and then turn a little bit the other way, and then turn back the other way. And now, the whole time you're riding on these wheels like this, it's good to learn how to carve with it, because you learn a lot about how the wheel behaves. You get to where you feel way more in control of it, and also it's all those micro movements that you can't even tell. Like, for instance, like whenever you don't even see me carving on the wheel, it's not even a noticeable thing. There's still a little bit of weight transition back and forth between the feet. I'm not literally just riding it straight up and down the entire time, because if I did, what would happen is the wheel would ride me. And I'm being dead serious, guys. If you've seen somebody get wobbles on these things, that's what happens. They're just riding straight up and down. They're not carving. They're not adjusting their weight side to side. And if you're a new rider, you just don't know that. So one way to really, really quickly learn your wheel, learn how it behaves, and be in control of the wheel, and the wheel not be in control of you, is just to learn to carve on it. That's simple. And one reason I really love the InMotion V12 is the high pedals, and you can carve like crazy on this wheel. If you want to pick one up, links below. Use the links if you want to get it. It helps me out at no extra cost to you, and some of the links give you a discount. I'll see you dudes in the next one.